Hello and a very warm welcome to another episode of The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's Season 3, Episode 4, and as you can see, we've got a lovely big FA Cup tie coming up for the third season in a row, away against the franchise that is MK Dons. But before we play that game, let's go and have a look at what's happened since the last episode. So we've not played too many games, but we have had a bit of a mixed bag since. So you were last with me for the first round of the FA Cup where we drew away at Mansfield and earned a replay. Since then we played against Barrow away in the league. Josh Ashby and the super sub that is Jonah Ayunga came to the fore and we nicked it 2-1. As you obviously would have worked out, we then beat Mansfield in the FA Cup replay to earn this tie against MK Dons. Jonah Ayunga with a brace this time, as well as an own goal, helped us along the way. We then had back-to-back defeats, firstly at home to Sutton where Josh Ashby scored, but in truth we were outplayed and poor defensively. We were then unlucky not to get something against Tranmere as Adam Idar scored the goal in a 2-1 defeat, before we returned to winning ways against relegation favourites Guiseley with Jonah Ayunga again getting the brace, and then we played Macclesfield last, who are rock bottom of the league, and we nicked a very unconvincing 2-1 win, with a new signing getting his first goal for the club, who we'll look at again in a minute, and Jonah Ayunga yet again getting on the score sheet, which means he is almost certain to keep his place in the team for the foreseeable future. So let's look at that one signing, Daniel Boateng. We mentioned him in the last episode that our director of football was looking at him. He's now joined the club shortly after that. He's made 5 league appearances already. He got his first goal, as you know, and he's also got an assist to his name too. So he had a really good game against Macclesfield, despite us being awful overall, and his centre-half partner gifting them a goal. But all in all, things are looking good. Those results have put us just back into the playoff places. We were outside before the Macclesfield game, but we've now snuck into 6th. But you can see how tight the league is. It's 6-7 points down to 15th, 16th. So we certainly don't think the job's done yet. But moving on, let's get into today's episode. We go into it with really strong dynamics, even though we've had mixed form. And we hope we can pull off a shock against MK Dons. Luckily, we haven't got a game for a week, so we can go full strength. But MK Dons are the really heavy favourites. I'm not sure if they're in League 1 or 2 on this. Let's have a look. They're 3rd in League 1. So it turns out to be one of the hardest FA Cup ties we could have had. So that has reduced my optimism a little bit now, but nevertheless, let's get into it. They've got players on £5,000 a week, so competing with that's going to be tricky. We'll give you the lineup in a second, but one other bit of news, Mitch Brundle. It was just offered a 3-year contract as our highest paid player by the director of football. He has been in good form this year, hasn't scored a goal yet, and has got his usual 8 yellow cards in 21 games. But he is a key player for us. He's the captain, he's a good leader, and he's been good for us so far this season, so we have no complaints about that contract. And he is on paper probably one of our best players as well. So let's look at the lineup for today. It's fairly familiar. We've got Mitch Walker in goal. We've got Pike, Parry, Boateng and Senior across the back. A midfield with Tracy and Hall on the wings and Ashby and Brundle in the middle, with Jonah Ayunga displacing Adam Idar for the last few games, alongside Ryan Bird, who was back from injury in recent weeks. We got the 7 subs today, so everyone bar Oliver Shackleton's in the squad, and let's get straight into it and see if we can pull off a shock. I'm only going to do the one game today because I've got a feeling we're going to do a lot of defending and it's going to be a very long game of highlights. We can see they're playing the 4-3-3, which we struggle with immensely at this level against our plain 4-4-2, but I am too stubborn to change it, as I'm sure you've seen by now. Especially at this level, we just haven't got the players to play around with those formations yet. We could put Boateng into a holding role, but after Galafuco's huge mistake in the last game, I really don't want to be risking him at centre-half against League 1 teams. But the one thing that is good looking early on is their fitness again. We see this so many times. They've got players in the 70s and low 80s, and we're all in the mid-90s, so maybe we can make the rare appearance instead of the League 1 team coming out and winning it towards the end of the game. Maybe we can do that if we hold out. Ayunga finds the man at the back and Tracy's put it wide again. It's a good early start. We've had the first shot of the game. They haven't looked threatening at all yet, nearly 10 minutes in. The long kick goes to Bird. He's won it for Ayunga. Can he continue his magical form? Brundle into Ayunga again down the right. Can he get the cross in for Ryan Bird? He has, but it's saved unconvincingly. I thought he was going to drop it in then. But at the second time of asking, the keeper holds it. It's been a really good start so far, actually, as they're coming forward in midfield, and I'll probably regret it again. But nevertheless, we're not going to complain about the way we've played so far. Don't know what's going on in the background there. There's some noise outside, but never worry about that. As Gilby hits it miles wide, and we've got a goal kick. We're 15 minutes in now. Not too much, but MK Dons are starting to come into it. And there we go, as we speak. Is that an own goal? It is. They've headed it, it's hit the back of Parry's head and gone in the other corner. Wrong-footed the keeper, and there's not much you can do about goals like that. It's more frustrating when you're not beaten by quality, but we can't stop giving away set pieces, really. They've got another one into the box, which Boateng heads away well. He's been booked already. We'll have to keep an eye on that. I've not got a good history with bookings and sendings off in an FA Cup game. Sorry, not a final. I think we're a few years off of that yet. They've come through again, and that time they carved us open and they've put it wide from 8 yards. But that's the first time they've had a really good chance rather than just a lucky bounce. Daniel Boateng, we've been told to ease him off tackles. We'll do just that because we don't want to cost ourselves a red card in the first half again. He's been caught out here. Sarkic is in and Mitch Walker makes a great save. But he has got caught out there positionally. We're not looking too good now. MK Dons have grown into the game, but Parry heads the corner away this time. Gilby's bringing it forward in midfield, or at least he was before then. He's turned back now. Is he going to go all the way back? No, he just lays it back into midfield and they're off again. Sarkic up front's causing us a bit of hassle. He's laid it back to Gilby. They've got it out to the left and they're starting to outplay us. It's crossed in. It's been headed back out again though, luckily. And the cross second time round comes to nothing. MK Dons have grown into it and they've now been by far the better side. It looks like our early confidence has gone as soon as the goal went in. They've got it on the edge again and have a shot, but Walker holds and then falls over about 10 seconds later. They've got a corner this time though. Bird heads away and it is just relentless pressure now. Lameka with a cross and it's straight at Walker. It would be a fair assessment to say we are holding on for dear life now. Walker with a big clearance. Can we get something on the counter-attack? We can't. Bird's losing out in the air. But we are bringing it down the right now with Shiloh Tracy. Big ball into a Younger. He's in one-on-one and he scores. This man is in ridiculous form. I criticised him at the end of this last season. I said he wouldn't be good enough to be our backup striker and oh how he's proving me wrong. Let's go and have a look at him quickly. 9 goals from 7 starts and 12 sub-appearances. He's got 4 assists as well and then 2 in 3 in the FA Cup. His stats haven't really improved at all, but he's just on absolutely brilliant form. And he seems to be scoring goals for fun at the minute, whether he starts, whether he's on the bench. Not that he's going to be on the bench again for a while now. But we are making the most of it and he is making a name for himself against higher league opposition. But MK Dons are coming forward again and was it just a flash in the pan? Sarkic is down on the right hand side. He has caused problems for us today. They're bringing it forward 30 yards out. They seem to have so much time as we're camped in our own box. Gilby on the edge to Samuelson and Walker holds again. It was a good move, but realistically they didn't carve us open. They just had a shot from the edge again. Walker with a big clearance to Ryan Hall. Ashby to Senior. Big ball in behind. Can Ryan Bird get there? Ayunga's in the middle. He is and he scored. Oh, I thought it looked offside, but when the flag didn't go up the first time, I didn't think it would. To give offside for Bird after he's crossed it and Ayunga's put it in the back of the net seems a little bit late. Considering I don't think there's VAR here where they've got to keep the flag down for the tight ones. Sure, there certainly wouldn't be at League 1 v Conference anyway, or National League I should say. Keep saying Conference, I can't get the old school out of my head. But it's about to be half time and it is 1-1 and we've put up a really gutsy performance. MK Dons have outplayed us but we still look so dangerous on the counter. Let's give them a bit of encouragement, they were excellent, he's absolutely spot on. Obviously we were a bit in protest when our assistant got sacked at the end of last year by our director of football. But he has brought Simpson in and he is starting to show good signs now. He's been good on the training ground, he's changed a few things, we've got less players complaining about training. So maybe he's not so bad after all that change. But we're nearly up to the hour mark and to be honest if we can go through this whole half without a highlight we'd be absolutely delighted. We've got the better fitness going into towards the end of the game as we've mentioned so hopefully we can take advantage. Brundle brings it forward to a Younger. Can we get men in behind? We've got runners going but Tracy finds the long ball straight to their centre half. They've gone back to the keeper and I'm sure they'll probably build another attack from here now. The keeper's brought it out 25 yards, gone with a big hoof over the top, but Manny Parry strong in the air as always. Brundle with a really loose pass there and he's on a yellow so we are going to get him off as soon as this attack's done. We've got history for that with him last year, Widrington at Bognor the year before. We always get a red card if we leave the ball winning midfielder on. So let's get him off. Brundle's going to be replaced by Coventry. We're also going to take off Ryan Bird for Adam Ida and we're going to swap a Younger into the target man role which he's done so well at times this season. I don't know if we're going to do the other one just yet. I'm looking at Hall for Pinnock maybe, but we'll leave it 5 minutes just yet. Hour mark, can the fresh legs make a change? They're a bit short of fitness at the back, so hopefully Idar can get in behind with his pace. The keeper Walker clears for us, but it's straight to them, and again we're camped out in our own half. Here they come forward again. Rasulo, the sub up front, finds Muirhead out wide. They're going to get the crossing surely. Now they've gone back to Gilby. Gilby to Longstaff, and look, they're just playing round us for fun now. The cross comes in and Walker makes a cracking save. They outplayed us there, but Mitch Walker was equal to it. Is he going to become the hero that Dan Lincoln was in the first season? Oh, and they've put it over from 6 yards. They've had a knockdown from the corner, and that was a bit easy. But Mitch Walker, as we said, is fast becoming a hero in his save. He's been really good for us. As a Younger gets in behind, but he's challenged easily. But now we've got a bit of pressure. Coventry tries to find a Younger, but that difference in quality is easy to tell there. The midfield passes are going astray too often. Here come MK Dons on the counter-attack. They're flying forward, and that's a lovely ball in behind. But luckily, their forward, Lamecca's put it wide. But you can see the difference in the midfield passing there. We just got sliced open with one pass. As they come forward again with Britain's cross, and Parry clears away again with his head. They're forward to Lamecca, and the ball's cleared. Now, their left back there is Jackson. Is that Oren Jackson, who we've got on our Golden Generation save? It is as well. Let's have a look at him. Those of you who are following the Golden Generation save, you'll be familiar with him from Stockport. And I tell you what, if he develops like this on that save, we'll be more than happy with that. Knew I recognised his name. Shiloh Tracy's got the ball from the free kick, which was saved, but he's been challenged this time and it's been cleared away, which I presume that will go out for a throw-in. We're coming towards the 70-minute mark and we will make that last change now. We're going to take Ryan Hall off for Mitchell Pinnock, almost the hero in the playoffs at the end of last season, but hopefully he can make a bit of a special change to the game today. Mitch Walker with a big hoofed ball and they're coming forward again. Coventry wins it back to Senior, big long ball over the top, but again they're equal to it. And it just seems a bit one-dimensional at the moment. But a Younger brings it away to Idar. Can he use his pace? Finds a Younger again. He's in! Oh, what a save. Siesma tips it wide for him. But a Younger in behind has been the danger all day. And this front two could cause problems if we get the ball in the service to them. The ball into the box is blocked and not cleared. But they've managed to get it away for a throw in the end. We're starting to look dangerous. Our predictions about the end of the game are right. Look at their fitness. It's atrocious. A Younger's lost out in the air to Jackson, but they're bringing it forward again. Oren Jackson's been moved in centre half now, where he's playing for us at Stockport. But now MK Dons are coming through again. Rasulo on the left, cuts it back, and they've got three on the edge of the box. They're unmarked. Samuelson, we've been done. But Mitch Walker saves. It was an easy shot to save, in truth. They should have done better. But we're getting caught with that man over. But nevertheless, with 10 minutes to go, it is still 1-1 and we still look in good shape. Here we go then, we've got a throw in their half. Can we build some more pressure? A Younger's lost out, but it's fallen straight to Ashby. He finds Pinnock the sub, into a Younger in behind. Idar's in the middle if he can find him. He does, but he's put it wide. Oh, it's only a yard past the post. What a cracking effort and bit of play that is. Pinnock was making a difference with the quality pass in there. But now it's MK Don's turn again. It's end to end. This is a fantastic cup tie. I don't know about you, but the other ones we've played, we've been holding out defensively and outplayed, but this has been cracking in the second half. We've been relentless pressure at both ends. There's been no regard for defending at all, and Pinnock's got the free kick. What a save! That looked like it was going to be the moment for us, but it's not, and it stays 1-1. We're looking the better side towards the end of the match, but they've still got that threat on the counter. They've won the knockdown again. And here they come. They've got 4 on 5, but we've got men back quickly to 2 banks of 4. Rasulo gets in behind, and Mitch Walker again is the hero. What a save by that young man again. The ball in from the corner. Rasulo's unmarked. Back to Lamecca, but it's blocked by Coventry, and it's gone all the way out for a throw on the opposite flank. We're really holding out well here. I'm so impressed with this performance. You know, in the early episodes of Dover, I was really worried about the move from Bognor. But now, a season and a half in, you can start to see our imprint on the team. We're starting to press a bit more. It's the one change we made tactically early this season. We just stepped up the pressing and the closing down a little bit, and it seems to be working brilliantly. We've got the legs, we've got the fitness, and we've got more young players in the team who can handle it. Mitch Walker with a big goal kick, just a couple of minutes left plus added time. Pike's got the ball on the right. Tracy finds Younger in behind. Is he offside? He's kept the flag down, and the Younger scored. He's beaten the keeper at his near post. I cannot believe that's gone in, and even more so, I can't believe it's not offside. But getting a bit tongue-tied there, but we're about to pull off a shock in the FA Cup. Ashby to Pinnock. In behind to a Younger. Can we seal it with a third? It's Jackson with the clearance though. They've got one more chance to counter and we are going so defensive if they don't score from this chance. Lamecca, Pike wins the challenge and it's a big clearance up towards Idar. Cisse's going to get it back to the keeper. He's passed it back for a corner. Oh, they're feeling the pressure now. Let's quickly make those defensive changes before the corner. We're going to go defensive. Be more disciplined. We're going to waste time. I don't know what else to do. Maybe I'm not going to dribble less because I want a Younger to get in behind. So we're going to keep it at that. But let's see if we can hold out. 4 minutes of stoppage time announced. If they keep giving us corners like that, we'll be more than happy to see it out. But Jonah Younger again, what a hero that man's been this season. I have to owe him an apology if he keeps this up for the rest of the season. But that corner's awful and it's given them a chance to regain possession. And with 3 minutes of injury time still to go, we're starting to get a bit worried still. You can't ever sit comfortably when it's one goal, but technically these are the third best team left in the competition at this round, and if we could pull this off and get a big third round tie, it could revolutionise this club and our chances this season. If we can get a big £500,000 in January and get some players in, we could really push for a top 3, top 2 place. Jack Senior with the ball on the left, big clearance to a Younger, that's what we want. Get to the corner, son. Oh, he's holding it up brilliantly. He finds Pinnock and wins the throw in. That is fantastic. Oh, it went off a Younger. Oh, I thought he'd played it beautifully there. Big clearance from MK Dons, and they've still got a man in behind somehow. He's been outpaced in the middle, but Manny Parry with a clearance again. Worry about a slice into the own goal there. With 30 seconds left, MK Dons have the throw. It's fallen to the edge of the box. They've gone for a wild shot, but it's blocked long. And a Younger, what a challenge, son. He has been absolutely fantastic today. By far the key man. Tracy on the right's had a great game as well. And we have pulled off one of the biggest FA Cup shocks of the round by beating the third best team left in the draw in MK Dons. What a result, what a performance. The second half in particular we were excellent. Jonah Younger stole the show and we couldn't be more happy with how that episode's gone. We'll go back and have a look at what they've said about it. We'll also have a sneak peek at the third round draw before we leave the episode today. Let's see what they've said then. We've come from behind to beat the third team in League One. Jonah Younger's the key man and will be getting praise. Another 30 grand in the coffers for the club. We've praised him for being superb in front of goal. He's got his 2 goals. And all that remains now is to see who we get in the FA Cup third round. So we'll be back in a second for the draw. Here we go then, we're back for the third round draw of the FA Cup. Look at the teams in there, Man United, Man City, all the Premier League teams. And Little Alfreton and Whitehawk, I'll be so disappointed if we get one of them. But let's go and have a look at it. We'll do it manually so it's a bit quicker. Any tie will basically take away from home against a bigger side. Huddersfield, that's fine. Plymouth, we don't really want League One. Championship or Premier League would be great. Oh, that's Liverpool out the hat already. Come on, let's give us one. Newcastle, that's another big ground away gone. Birmingham Whitehawk, blimey, that's a great tie for them. Everton away, we'd love that. Oh, and it's an all Premier League tie. I've not been in so much suspense for an FA Cup tie for so long. It's been ages since I've had one of these moments. Probably about 3 or 4 editions of Football Manager since I've even managed to get one of these big games. That's Man City out the draw as well. Oh, come on, give us a big one. We don't want Woking. Good job we missed that. Bournemouth will take that. Let's keep our fingers crossed. There's still big teams in it. Brighton will do as well. Oh, that's Chelsea gone. 3 of the big 6 are gone. That's not good early doors. And Everton, you could argue, are probably 7th. We don't want that one. We haven't got it, thankfully. Couple of smaller championship teams. We've avoided them as well. Man United. Now, if we could have this one, this would be possibly the best tie you could get. Everyone keep your fingers crossed. We haven't got it. What a shame that is. Let's keep going. We don't want this one. Hartlepool or Barnet, please no. Right, Tottenham have come out. I think them and Arsenal are the only 2 big ones left in it out of the big 6. So let's hope we can get one of them. Fingers crossed again. It's not. It's Burnley this time. That's another Premier League tie game. Here we go then. We've got a home tie. Not what we wanted. We'd love Arsenal. Let's have a look at who else is there. Crystal Palace are a big Premier League team. Are there any other Premier League clubs left? Oh, look, my Luton Town are there. But we've been there already with Bognor. Leicester will take at home Southampton, Watford. There's a few teams in there, to be fair, from the Premier League. Let's see who we get. Cross your fingers that it's not that winner of Bromley v Salford. Oh, you've got to be joking. We got to the third round of the FA Cup and we've not got a big tie. We've got Halifax or Alfreton. If you want to look at the positives, we have got one hell of a chance to get to the 4th round of the FA Cup. And that means prize money as well as a bigger chance of an even bigger tie. So I guess if we're looking at it, we should be quite positive about that, getting a team below us in the league or a team in the league below. But it's always a bit of disappointment when you narrowly avoid the others. Let's skip the rest of the draw. We'll just see who Arsenal got. Sheffield Wednesday, so hopefully they'll get through and we'll have a few of the big teams left to choose from in the next round. Oh, that's a bit underwhelming, I've got to be honest. I hope we can nick the win. I don't know where Halifax are in our league. They're in the bottom half, so we'd like to think we can get a result against them. It'll be in early January, I think, so in theory it could replace the Halifax League game. So we'll come back for that one just to see if we can get through and get ourselves a big tie. If it's a quick game, we'll also do a double header with Salford if the fixture's still there. So that's going to be all from this one. If you have enjoyed it, please chuck a thumbs up on there. Let me know your thoughts on the FA Cup draw. Should I be underwhelmed or should I be quite happy to get a team below us in the league pyramid? Subscribe to the channel for regular content from this series, The Head Coach, Monday to Thursday at 4:30 p.m, as well as our Golden Generation save containing Orange accent on Saturdays and Sundays at the same time. And a massive thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.